Hello everybody, I'm David Channel with DKC Aviation Services. We're out here today in beautiful Marlette, Michigan, Airport Identifier 77 Golf. As you know, we recently purchased this gorgeous Stinson 108-1 that's behind me. We ferried it back from Seattle. Our mission today is to use our Dynavibe GX3 dynamic prop balancer to complete the dynamic prop balance on our airplane. Some of you may be asking, why dynamically balance a propeller? By balancing the propeller, greatly reduce the vibration felt in the cockpit, can reduce things such as buzz and rudder pedals. It reduces wear and tear on avionics once the vibration is lower, provides a more quiet and comfortable ride for the airplane, can prolong engine life, just many benefits. By adding just a little bit of weight to the lighter side of the propeller, it brings it back into center, reduces the vibration, and increases longevity of the aircraft and the engine. I should say, starting off, that any good dynamic propeller balance will start with a thorough inspection of the propeller, spinner, bulkhead, engine mounts, just to make sure there's no other underlying causes that you may be picking up a vibration from. You're not going to see that today, not because we haven't done it, but just last week we had the airplane apart fairly good. So while we had it all apart last week, we completed those inspections. Also had the propeller inspected, the hub inspected. We had it sanded down and then treated with an epoxy propeller coating to get it sealed up. As good as the polished propeller look was, the epoxy coating will last a lot longer and require a lot less maintenance over the long run. It prevents corrosion. So what we're going to do today is we'll get the equipment hooked up to the airplane, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Once everything's hooked up, we'll get inside and we'll start the engine up. We're going to run it for just a little while at idle to get it warm, get it up close to operating temperature. Once it's warmed up, we're going to run the propeller at as close to cruise RPM as we can. With the fixed pitch prop on the 108, I usually see about 2400 RPM static on the ground. We tend to cruise a little closer to 2550, but on the ground, unfortunately, we can't get that, so we'll get as close as we can at 2400. The Dynavibe will take its reading. It'll give us the heavy location on the plane of rotation and suggest a weight addition to fix the vibe. We'll then add some washers to the outside of the spinner as trial weights, and we'll do a second run and see how much improvement has been made. If the improvement is significant and the vibration has been lowered to an acceptable amount, then we will remove the spinner. We'll drill a small hole in the spinner bulkhead and add a permanent weight location using hardware and lock nuts and washers to add that weight on the inside of the spinner. I hope this all makes sense. We'll try to walk you through the process as we go. Enjoy. For those who are curious, this is our Dynavibe GX3. The system contains a basic accelerometer. This mounts onto the engine and measures vibration in inches per second. That's oscillations in inches per second, or IPS. This is the optical tach. We mount this on the top of the cowl for the 108. It shoots at a piece of reflective tape will attach to the back of the propeller and measures engine RPM. Both of those sensors connect to the Dynavibe GX3, which makes it all work. The Dynavibe takes the vibration reading from the accelerometer and the disc rotation point from the optical tach, and that's how it figures out where the heavy spot on the disc of rotation is. It then uses an algorithm internally to calculate a suggested correction to reduce the vibration. The goal is to get the vibration under 0.05 IPS. We'll see how well it does today. Alright, the equipment is all installed on the aircraft. We've done the setup in the GX3. We're ready to run it. Let's see how it does. Clear prop! So you can see, we just add the weight to the back of the spinner for our trial. One of the things to note, it's extremely important for safety of this operation, as we're running the airplane and then coming back out to make adjustments on the propeller, to always know what position the mags are in. We don't want to turn the propeller around with the mags on. So you can see, I've placed the keys on the dash on top of the glare shield there, to let myself know from the outside of the airplane that I did in fact turn the mags off. Before I run again with these new weights added, one of the things I want to do is come to the side and just verify that I have clearance between my weights and my airplane all the way around, that nothing is going to hit and damage the airplane during the next run. Well, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, folks. We got the prop balance all done on our 108. It took a little bit more than normal. We had 5 runs to get the balance figured out, and then 6 to the final run to make sure that the permanent weight did its job. We started at 0.75 IPS, or isolations per second. We got it down to 0.03, so pretty significant change. I'm really excited to get a fair weather day. It's a little bit IFR today, so we can't get the airplane up today, but as soon as we get a fair weather day, get it up in the air and see how much of a noticeable difference that is once we get into cruise. If you like what you saw, folks, and you're considering getting your balance done in your propeller, please feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call. We can schedule an appointment. The reason we got the 108 is so that we could serve a larger area here in the southern and eastern part of Michigan. We just pick a nice day, we'll get you scheduled up, we'll drop in with the 108 and we can get your prop balance done. Today's took about 2 hours. Normally we can get it done in about an hour with 2 or 3 runs. I appreciate you hanging out to the end once again. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel. Look for the next video to come. We're going to get the sky beacon installed on the 108, get our 2020 ADS-B compliance done. We're going to film that so you can see the install to see just how easy it is to install the cheapest and most effective way to become ADS-B compliant. We'll catch you next time.